What's up, YouTube? I'm Jake. Legends never die. I also happen to serve the community as the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame Commissioner. Yes, it is that time of year again. I do love this contest. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to oversee it now, the whole process, and be a part of something that I believe brings the community together and helps highlight our peers in a special way, but also allows many of us to come to know channels that we may not have known or may not have known well enough, that maybe it gives us a second chance or first chance to check them out and get to know new channels and hopefully come to love some of, if not all of them. So I think it is a very positive thing for our community. So I'm kicking off this year's balloting. So I'm going to go over the rules and regulations, how it works, whether you've done this before or it's your first time. I do want to put this out and remind everybody kind of what the process is and what it's all about. If you don't know already, largely how I've modeled the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame since I've taken over is trying to have it mirror the Baseball Hall of Fame's process in a lot of ways. Like it, don't like it, love it, hate it. There's no doubt that the Baseball Hall of Fame process is the most interesting and most debated across all of sports. And it's what makes it captivating. I won't get into why the other ones suck, but that's why I modeled it after their system, because I think it is the most interesting. So here's what we do as part of the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. You have to have been making content on YouTube for 1 year in order to cast a ballot. The reason for that is I believe that content creators best understand what it takes to create a channel, create content, consistently do that to the point of making it Hall of Fame worthy, however you define that as the voter. On that ballot, you can only vote for channels that have been creating content for 3 years. Okay? Now, two parts to that, the 1 year rule, the 3 year rule. The 1 year rule exists because of better understanding, but also playing devil's advocate. If anyone ever wanted to create a bunch of fake channels and wreck the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, which, man, talk about silly and petty. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I love it. I think it's a big deal, but come on. But that's to prevent something like that happening. And the 3 years, I believe that it takes something to consistently make and create content for the community for 3 years. Think about how many channels you have seen come and go, especially if you've been around for longer than 3 years, that didn't make it to that threshold. So I think that's an important milestone and is the only really, really specific requirement I put on someone being eligible for the Hall of Fame to be elected. All these responses must be video responses, kind of tied to the 1 year rule. You're a content creator. You've got to make a video in order to submit a ballot for the YouTube Hall of Fame. You can still vote for up to 10 channels. So put whatever 10 you want on your list that have been making content for at least 3 years, as long as you've been making content for a year yourself. And I will watch the video. Please comment here on this video and let me know that you've made a video. I don't need a link. Tag me in your titles if you want on your channel in your video title. That's good too. Just let me know. I don't want to miss anybody's ballot. All the ballots that are cast once this contest and Hall of Fame season is over, you'll be able to see in a spreadsheet who voted, who they voted for, how many votes they got, and who the top vote getters were. Speaking of the top vote getters, the top 5 will get inducted as part of the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame class of 2023. Now, going down to 5, with so many channels, so many worthy channels that could be voted for, it leaves open the opportunity for there to be more ties. So my tiebreaker is always that of longevity. So let's say that there are 3 channels that tie for that 5th spot, trying to get inducted this year. The channel that has the oldest video still on their YouTube channel that is uploaded to it will be the one that gets in. Now, one other thing I want to mention as far as who you can vote for. I'll give an example. I used this example last year because they're both in the Hall of Fame already. Nate of Topps 85401 is inducted into the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Now, remember, you are voting for the channel, not for the person. Now, what I mean by that is BaseballCardJunkiestv is also in the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame as a channel. Nate is a part of that. So, yes, technically he would be in the Hall of Fame twice, but it's about the channel being inducted. Okay? So I wanted to put that out there. This video is being released on January the 17th, 2023. 1 year to the date, exactly when I released it last year. So a couple asked me last year, hey, such and such channels within a couple days of your release video, do they count? No, they don't, and I will remain consistent in that because there were channels that couldn't be voted for last year because they were even a week or a few days short, and I want to be consistent in that, and they had to wait a year. So if someone was a week short this year, they're going to have to wait a year. So it is 3 years at the time of the release of this video, January the 17th, 2023. Now, you have until the end of January to upload your video to YouTube and give me a little bit of time to watch all of those, document all of those, and tally the results. I expect it to take me a few days to a week. I will get it done as quickly as I can in service to the community. Now, one more thing. I'm going to read all of the names that are already in the YouTube Hall of Fame. If you don't want to listen to me read all these, there's going to be a link to the existing people already in it as a part of this video. You can just go click there and check it out. It'll be listed there for you in the description. But before I read these names, I debated on saying this or not, but I decided I'm going to. If you are already in the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, I strongly encourage you to still participate and cast a ballot. Other people took the time to recognize you as one of their peers as being one of the great pillars of this community to be elected to the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. Again, you may think it's silly. I think it's an honor. And I believe if people took the time to elect you, you should return the favor to the community. You don't have to vote for all 10. You could vote for one. I just think it's a good sign of support and community itself for the existing YouTube Sports Card Hall of Famers to do that. So I would appreciate it if you did. Now, I'm going to read those channels that are already inducted. AR Falk 77, Baseball Collector, CardCutter, Elite Co 3, Joezeppi 1, MikeO, Pepino Man, Ray from Philly, Silver Jackify, Topps 85401, AD's Collection, Baseballcardjunkiestv, Jack Frost Football, Joey Brings It, Mark from Kentucky, Ricky Russo, Snoop 12922, ThoseBackPages, Tommy Golf 85, Weskergiff, Blue Jacket 66, Bob Lewis, B Roth 6, Dustin Blake, Nuf Ced Cards, Philmington, Sconnie Tradition, She Blinded Me with Refractors, the Mangini Collection, Triple Crown 24, Bill the Hall of Fame Collector, Bowman 53, GeezMikey, It Cometh a Egg, MrFisherBike, Psych'd on Baseball Cards, Stof, Up North Collectors, Vintage Oddball Cards, Zombie Collector, Diamondyard Sports Cards, Bart's Cards, Legends Never Die, Dave's Midlife Card Crisis, and New York Yanks Fan 7. So those channels are already inducted. You can't vote for them. It won't count. They're already in. But I hope you guys will participate, be a part of something that brings this community together. I do appreciate your continued support of my role in doing just that. Looking forward to everybody's ballots. God bless.